Hello, budding entrepreneurs. This is one of a multi-part series about how to drive more visitors to your website. My name is Andy. I own a business called One Web Creations based out of Fife, Scotland, and it's our mission to help you solve all your online problems with simple, easy to follow step-by-step guides on how to get the most out of your web tools. Now, in today's video, we're going to discuss how to get to know your target audience. When you first get into marketing, it becomes a lot easier to create content and campaigns that they'll actually want to see and engage with if you know a little bit about who they are, what they want, what they're interested in, and what their problems are. So how do you go about finding this information out? Well, there's a few different ways. And in this video, we're going to be looking at surveys, focus groups, social media listening, online analytics, plus a whole lot more. So let's take a look at each of these methods a little bit closer. One of the key takeaways from this video is you can pour hours and hours into trying to create the perfect product that nobody wants. So the first thing you need to do is collect some information and do a bit of market research. The first way we're going to look at is surveys. Seems basic enough, but do not overlook this initial step. Surveys are a great way to collect data from a large number of people, and you can ask them questions about their age, their occupation, interest, and a whole lot more. This information can be really helpful at understanding who your target audience is, so you can tailor your product to what they actually want. There's a few different ways to administer surveys. You can use online survey tools like SurveyMonkey or Google Forms, or you could even go basic and distribute paper surveys in person. Whichever method you choose, make sure to give people an incentive to fill out your survey. You could try offering them a small discount or a little freebie. How many people remember having a charity put a card through your door with a free pen included? Now that free pen made the difference between some charities collecting pennies to millions. That is the power of reciprocity. Now that's a whole video all on its own, so we'll come back to that at a later date. Social media is a great way to connect with your target audience. You can see what kinds of things they're interested in, what kind of language they use, and what kind of content they really respond to. For example, there are tons of Facebook groups that you could already go into and just ask some simple questions or ask for people to take 5 minutes out of their day to fill in this quick survey because you're doing some market research. You'll be surprised at how many people respond to this. So the next thing we're going to talk about is focus groups. Focus groups are a little bit different to surveys. They are a bit more intimate. You can find focus groups in a lot of online platforms. There's one called Respondent that's really good. You could even just go to some local meetups, or you could even just ask some questions in local social media groups. I really want you to keep an open mind when you're running your focus group. Be prepared to completely tear up your idea and start fresh. You really want to get the most out of these sessions. So at the very beginning, let people know what your intentions are and that nothing is off the table. You really want to understand how you can tailor your product to solve their real world problems. If you do this, I promise you, it will be a huge success and probably the best thing that you've ever done. Social media is a fantastic place to listen to what people are saying about you and your brand. You can set up a thing called Google Alerts to track certain keywords so that when someone uses your keyword in a public post or group, then you will actually get an alert sent to your email. It's a really powerful tool. And you may have seen before, if you post in a public group a question or looking for a recommendation for something, that you get people immediately jumping on that. Well, that's probably what they're doing. There is another tool I want to tell you about. It's called Hootsuite Insights. Now, using something like this will help you understand what people are saying about your brand and what they're actually interested in. Now, a great free way to do some social media listening is just simply follow some people in your industry that you look up to. Take a look at what they're producing, how their audience is reacting to it. Some of this you might be able to replicate easily, and some of it you may realize isn't actually working effectively for them. Either way, you've just saved yourself bags of your own time. The last way we're going to look at is if you already have a website. Now, your website probably has some built-in analytics that you can check out. If not, don't worry, Google Analytics is a completely free tool you can use, and it integrates really easily with most major web platforms. The data you get from this can tell you things like what web pages people are visiting, how long they're staying on each page, where they're coming from. This information can be really powerful in helping you to understand who your target audience is and what they're actually interested in. Pay close attention to this and you'll be well on your way to creating the perfect recipe for success. And you'll soon enough have a line of people waiting to connect with you, I promise. So there we have it. Those were just a few very simple things that you can do to really get into the minds of your ideal customers. Whether you're a well-established business looking to gain more traction in your market, or you just have an idea for a cool business that you want to try out. It's better first to know what your customers want and need, then make your product fit the market, than to spend hours and hours perfecting a product that no one wants. Now it's time to put this information to use and create content that they'll love. Again, this was my very first YouTube video, so thank you so much for tuning in. If you like what I've produced here, please like and subscribe to the video, and I will definitely make more content like this.